Welcome. You know that feeling when you work so hard for something that you end up accidentally messing it up the first time, so you actually have to go back and redo the whole thing all over again? Yeah. Yep. I recorded this whole YouTube video, but I did something wrong with OBS, and it didn't actually record. So, we're here. And typically, I hate having to do this because I feel like doing something the second time around, there's a lot of internal pressure to do it just as good or better. And who knows, maybe it'll be better. And it's hard, especially when you think the first time around you did a really good job. But that's not here or there. Right, Carl?
I don't know, head ass.
Right. So today I have some interesting stuff I want to talk about. It's kind of nice that I already did in a way talk about it. So I kind of have a better idea of how I'm going to talk about it. I just wanted to put out there that I really appreciate you coming by. If you're new here, welcome. If you're someone who is returning, I appreciate having you back. I don't know what is going on with like how I feel about YouTube, and I really don't know what type of niche or category I personally fit into. So we're gonna keep writing this out. Today's video is going to be a little bit special. I'm nervous making this video because I am not one to try and step anywhere near politics, especially when I'm out and about, either at work or with friends. I don't like to talk politics. It's kind of weird for me to even consider making a video about today's topic, but we're going to try because I want to put my opinion out there a little bit more on this YouTube channel, and hopefully you'll like today's video. But I'm going to be talking about PragerU or Prager University or whatever the hell it's called. Now, the reason why I want to talk about it is not to do anything political about it, but I want to kind of keep politics in terms of like what I think versus what the video thinks, all this stuff. I kind of want to keep that on the edge of the central topic, or my central point is that, you know, the people who make these PragerU University videos, whatever, it's the overall way they construct their videos that bothers me. A couple of times, PragerU has popped up as an advertisement, and these aren't just like 30-second ads that they'll put up trying to promote their platform, their channel, whatever it is. They basically slap their entire or one of like their entire YouTube videos into an advertisement. So like we're talking about an ad that's 3.5, 4 minutes long and is basically a political message. These videos are so like slimy and they're clickbaity. They try to grab your attention even with like the first few words right off the bat. You kind of like you turn your head at the TV, or at least I did, and I like sat down and I'm like, okay, let me hear this out. It's kind of weird and interesting and I want to see where this goes. And I'm not one to pick sides, truly. But if I had to, I want to be honest, I would most likely lean a little more left in the political spectrum. I'd like to think I'm very centrist, though. I kind of pick and choose things that I believe in from both sides. I'm just going to kind of talk about how the video makes me feel, not really about the topics that they bring up. So let's get into it. So Prager University released another video a day ago. So like a day before filming this video here. And I thought it'd be really fun to watch the video for the first time with you guys, considering how how I already did that, because this is the second time I'm recording this video. We're just going to watch it together, and I'm going to pause at certain points and kind of talk about what is said in the video that rubs me the wrong way and why. So let's go ahead. Carl, are you ready?
Just play the video, man.
Great. Let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Let's watch this. Oh, yeah.
While the major media fixates on the influence of foreign powers on American elections, a much more serious attack has been taking place right under our noses. And 8 states have more registered voters than actual voting age people. When the Supreme Court upheld Ohio's efforts to clean up...
Hold on one second, guy. All right. Already off the bat, in this video, you're being introduced to statistics and numbers. And you're probably wondering, like I was when I watched it for the first time, sources. And at the very end, I'm going to try and show you what these sources are for Prager University. but it's just kind of odd. So let's continue the journey.
The state of California, one of the states with more registered voters than citizens, became the first state to legalize the practice of ballot solicitation. That is, the collection and delivery of ballots by third parties.
This is interesting, okay? Because so far I feel like the video hasn't been so what I describe as slimy or sketchy, misleading in a way, okay? But this is where this PragerU University video starts entering that type of territory.
With no trace of irony, this is called ballot harvesting. It works like this. In California, organizations with a clear political agenda are legally permitted to go to a location, say a nursing home or a church, and collect, literally harvest, ballots. Once this third party collects the ballots, what's to stop them from changing them? Or from just throwing out the ones they don't like? A guilty conscience? How do we know ballot harvesters from Democratic organizations aren't destroying Republican ballots? Or Republican harvesters aren't destroying Democratic ballots?
So initially when I saw that, and he brought up the whole, how do we not know that Democrats are fraudulently, casting wrong votes, all this other stuff, it's like, okay, and I'm, sitting there, okay, are you going to talk about the Republicans maybe possibly doing the same thing? And then he did, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, we're still cruising, whoever this man is. He looks like some sort of sitcom dad, but let's go ahead and continue, because this is the funny part. This is what I thought was just you could have done it a different way, man,
Example. On election night in 2018, California's Central Valley Republican Congressman David Valadao held a 5,000 vote lead over his challenger, Democrat TJ Cox. There were late ballots still to be delivered by the third-party vote harvesters. When those votes came in, they broke so overwhelmingly for Cox, in a historically conservative district no less, that Valadao's 5,000 vote victory became an 862 vote loss. Maybe that was just a coincidence. Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Let me give you another 20 seconds here.
In the first major election after ballot harvesting was allowed in California, Democrats won every single congressional seat in Orange County, which had been a Republican stronghold for decades. A year earlier, no sober person would have thought that possible.
My man. Okay, so this is where I started having an issue with this video. It just feels like what their intended effect. It's like there's so many unintended effects with it, because on one hand, they're trying to explain a situation, a problem, an issue with facts, and here's the facts, but at the same time they're presenting it in a way that makes it seem like they're just harping on Democrats. And again, I don't care what side you're on. I'm not really on any one given side, but it just feels wrong and almost constructed in a way to cast an impression on somebody who maybe is politically confused, and also at the same time wondering what's going on. Like, oh, is voter fraud real? That's a clickbaity title in my opinion. So you click on that and you start listening to this, and then you'll see here in a minute with the rest of the video, they just keep harping on Democrats. Okay, so ballot harvesting is bad from what he says, but at the same time, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe all these people who are not really able to make it to, let's say, polling places or whatever, or stuff like that, maybe ballot harvesting is great because it does help get those votes that wouldn't have been going in anyway to get them in. But at the same time, why aren't we explaining maybe an example of how Republicans are also ballot harvesting? Because if it's legal in California now, from what he said in that example, and Democrats are using it and now winning like crazy, well, why aren't Republicans able to do the same thing? Aren't there any examples of Republicans and stuff like that doing that? You tell me, okay? I'm just here presenting something that I thought was kind of weird, and I'm just telling you how I feel. So you tell me. Let's keep watching.
Voter corruption example number 3, voting by non-citizens. Should you have to be a citizen to vote? Silly question, right?
I believe yes.
It was once, not anymore. According to a recent poll, more than half of Democrats, 53%, support granting illegal immigrants the right to vote. It's true that federal law prohibits non-citizens from voting in federal elections, but 11 states, all run by Democrats, currently allow non-citizen voting of some kind. 3 different ways to tamper with the vote: bloated voter rolls, ballot harvesting, voting by non-citizens.
And my point again, I feel like another punch at the Democrats. We got to keep hammering home that the fact, Democrats are these people who are committing voter fraud, and they're like, they're the ones that are screwing with the system and things like that. Okay, it just irks me. Okay, I don't really care about his Republican message. I just care about how he's presenting this information and how he's talking about it. It just feels weird to me. It feels weird. It makes me feel strange inside. But let's wrap up the video, and then I'll tell you how I feel some more.
These are just 3 ways in which the left creates a clear advantage for itself on Election Day. The major media will tell you that corrupt voting practices either don't exist. No matter which party you belong to, you need to pay attention. Or pretty soon, free and fair elections will be a quaint relic of the past.
It just feels like I'm watching somebody cry and complain, and it's just sad. I'm not going to make the leap that no one is trying to manipulate the results of voting in this country. I'm not going to make that leap, mister, because I know that people are trying to manipulate the results, okay? There's always a fight for power. So as much as you say that Democrats are doing this, Republicans are too. I don't know. It's so odd. It's so odd. Let's wrap up. My favorite part, the part that really gets my gears grinding. Let's go for it.
No foreign government can undermine our democracy, but Americans can, and some do. I'm Eric Eggers, investigative reporter for the Government Accountability Institute for Prager University. Thank you for watching this video. To keep PragerU videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation.
You read my mind, sir. Here's your tax-deductible donation. That was the worst part. Sure, ask for money. Everyone asks for money in some way or shape or form. Everyone, nobody wants to do anything for free in this world. At the end of the day, this is a right-wing organization making videos from the right-wing perspective and then asking for money to keep their videos free. I feel like even if they had no money, they'd still be making these videos. So it's not like anybody's donation is really going to be helping making these videos free. It's just them wanting more money so that they can take that money and probably lobby it for, their issues, their whatever they stand for and stuff like that in politics, which is cool. Everybody does it. Democrats lobby too. It's kind of the political climate we live in today, from what I understand. So maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe diving into this whole politics pool wasn't a good idea for me. I don't know. But let's before I end the video, let's go take a look at their sources. Okay, so these are all the sources to all the things that he talked about in the video, apparently. All right, let's just click on the first one. A Real Clear Politics article. It looks like by Mark Hemingway. We can look into him if we wanted to. But, it talks about how there are definitely numbers that don't match up. There's more people voting than there are eligible voters. So that kind of sounds weird. And yes, that would be weird. And if this is true, then yes, that is bad. And I don't think that's a good thing. We shouldn't be bloating voter numbers. But even this article site is a organization that typically makes articles and produces works and op-eds from the conservative or right-wing perspective. You see this video, you watch it. Obviously, you don't have to know too much about politics to know that these guys are harping on one side, or and on top of that, they're asking for money, and their sources just lead to more people saying yes, I'm on your side. I could have chosen to skip watching this video when it came up, or like not this video specifically, but all the other videos that popped up as ads. I could have just been like, okay, kind of boring. I can kind of see this is a little biased. Don't want to watch this, right? But I didn't, because I wanted to kind of dive into it and learn a little bit more. It was intriguing. It was interesting to listen to. It was interesting to see that there's this type of stuff out there. And I'm not trying to go ahead and do the same thing he did and harp on Republicans without harping on Democrats, because I definitely think Democrats also are guilty of doing the same stuff that PragerU is doing. But I would have to go and take a look. But I don't have to, because I know it's just human nature. It's what we humans do. We harp on each other, which is sad. What did you think? Do you think I should probably stay away from this stuff? I should probably just quarantine it, keep what's it called? Wear like a contamination suit from now on if I ever want to approach this again. Did you kind of agree with what I was feeling when I was watching this video? Maybe not. Do you think that what they're doing is fine? Do you think what they're doing is not okay? I mean, it's a free country after all, so who am I to stop them? Anyway, my name is Vonchko. I really appreciate you spending some time here today. It really means a lot. If you are new here, consider subscribing. If you are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Okay, thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my tea, edit this video, and just have a great rest of my day. And I hope that you do too. All right? All right. Let's go. Here I go. Go fast, brown cow. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. And that's all for now, folks. I'm making a plan. Oh, of course.